Can you imagine having a child of your own and conceiving the child, creating this child with a whole other being, for this child to only come out and years later tell you to your face, I don't know you. That's how God feels. That's how God feels. That's how He feels. And I feel like for people to be that way, it's people that, it's like from, what's this? Years before your bloodline, years before, in your bloodline, your lineage, your culture, whatever it is, your religion, whatever your tradition, people along the way before you, they did not know God, and they did not have a relationship with Him. They were here. It's as if those that were living in the wilderness, in bushes and forests, they didn't have, they didn't know what heaven was. They didn't have that belief. They had their own beliefs. They believed that maybe if you die, you become the star in the sky and all that and all that. But it's like, when the truth is literally, it's here. It's here for you to experience. It's in the Word. You feel it. You feel Him. You see Him. You acknowledge Him. That no, man, I see myself and I see Him. Like, what in the world? What on earth, bro? What on earth can create a human being? Not a robot. A human being. I'm not talking about two people conceiving and having a kid. No. I'm saying, what on earth can create a human being, like a duplicate of a human being in its exact form, with a mind of its own, with a heart, with emotions, with senses, with skin, with a fingerprint of its own, all these lines that go into your palm, not these ones that you see, like, nah. I'm talking about the lines that you see when you literally look closely. You just see like a million lines on your palm. Nobody on earth can do that. What other person? There's nothing and no one, no God, guys, no God, not even the devil himself, can form a whole universe, a whole galaxy, in another realm, in another dimension, outside of its own dimension. Question: what God can do that? What God? There's no other God that you can point to besides the one and only Heavenly Father. What God can create a heaven, and then still create a universe and be present in it? What God can create a space that He is omnipresent in, and still create another space that He is still omnipresent in at the same time? What God can do that? You can't name one. You can't name one besides the true one. And it's said that He doesn't even get credit. That man does not get credit. He does not get credit. And he's so patient. He's so merciful. And He's like, you know what? There are people out there that don't acknowledge Him. And He's just sitting there and He's like, wow, can you imagine? Can you imagine creating something, having a child, and only for that child to be like, I don't know you. I don't know you. But you're actually their parent. And you carried them, you raised them, you whatnot. And, you put so much work into the upbringing, the creation of the child. And now when the child is alive and they're experiencing life, all thanks to you, well, all thanks to God, but also all thanks to you for carrying that child, raising that child, and just raising them, bringing them up into the world in the way that God called you to, only for them to be like, I don't know you. I don't know you. Imagine how painful that must be to Him when you decide, now I'm going to follow in this belief. Now I'm going to be a Buddhist and, believe in no God, because, yeah, it's It's just the way, because when you die, there's no afterlife. And can you imagine how he must feel when when people say that they're nihilists, when people say that they're atheists. Can you imagine how painful that must be to him? I was once there. But now it's like, no, I was once there, but I understood, like, the creation of life, of the universe, man. It goes way deeper than we could ever comprehend and imagine. And now I've got someone to give credit to. I'm gonna give credit where it's due. I'm gonna give credit where it is due, because now I know the truth. So it's so beautiful. It's really, it must be really painful for him to sit and watch, his creation, kind of just lose itself, lose its mind, and think that for as long as you're here, because maybe you don't feel like you see him. You don't need to see him in heaven. You don't need to see him come up to you in a white gown. You need to look around and see him. None of this would be possible if it was not for him. None of this, you would not be a thing. You would not be anything if it was not for him. And if you feel like you cannot give credit where it's due, where it's meant to be given, then shame on you, I guess, because that's just sad. You know what I mean? That's really sad. And if you feel in your heart like, no, ma'am, this God is real, and just keep trying to get him. Keep trying to get to know him better. Don't give up on that little seed that he planted in you, to acknowledge him and not other things, other religions. Even, there's people that say, I know God, but they only know the church. They only know the word. They don't know him. When they look around, they're complaining. They're like, I don't see God. I don't see God in my life. He's not working in my life, But he's everywhere. He's not working in your life, but you're still able to walk. You're able to breathe. You've got a bed to lay on. You've got a voice to speak. What do you mean he's not working in your life? That's what I'm saying. It's the quote unquote little things that are actually the most important things. And when you view them and you appreciate them, that's when you actually appreciate God in his fullest, true, authentic form. And not even true authentic form, because true authentic form is it's spirit, but that's when you truly acknowledge who he is and what he's capable of doing and what he's done for us to even be here. And he didn't just say, I'm going to create art and put artwork and leave it on the shelf and be like, nah, like that's art for another day. He said, I'm going to create everything to coexist with one another. I'm going to create fish. I'm going to create humans. I'm going to create trees, grass, a whole planet for this creation to live on. Food, whatever it is that you have, your mind, whatever, your ideas, your thoughts, your body parts, that is love. That truly is love. For someone to create something with so many and so much complexity and intricacy, and then still afterwards be like, I'm still going to be present in your life 100% full time without neglecting you, even though you might feel like I'm gone, he's still there. That is love. That is love. It's love. That is love, and it's passion for what he does. It's love. There's no other way for me to put it. It's love. It's nothing but love. You may look at the things and be like, dang, what am I gonna present for this at this meeting tomorrow, or what am I gonna do? My car is broken down, or my phone has been stolen. Dude, just look at things like, what, I'm grateful that I've got a mind. I've got every day to live and breathe in order to achieve the things that I want, to get a new phone, to get this car fixed. And I've got a God that He is, despite what my neighbor is going through, He's in their lives as much as He is in mine. He's in the life of a dog. He's omnipresent. He's a part of the life of a fish. He's in the life of a bird. He's making sure that the birds get food. He's making sure that what else? That a cow is giving birth today at the same time a human and that hospital another human next to that human is giving birth as well. He's just everywhere, and that is love, to know that despite everything that exists, everything that's going on in the world, He's with me. That is truly something beautiful. To know Him as my God is the biggest flex ever. To know Him as my Heavenly Father, to know Him as my Creator, as my designer. He's a scientist. God the scientist. I know the scientists. I know the scientist of science. No, sorry, what am I saying? I know the scientist of scientists, and I know the celebrities. Sorry, I know the celebrity of celebrities. I know the God of gods, the King of kings. I know the creator of heaven and of the universe. Like, how big of a flex is that? That is so cool. It is so amazing. I don't even know how to wrap my mind around that truth. It's not just a concept, it's not just a thought, it's not just an idea, it's real. It's reality. I know the God of everything. Like, isn't that the biggest flex? And when I call on His name, He hears me. He's there. He appears. He's with me. That is love. To know a God, to know a guy, to know a creator that can create all things in mankind and the universe, and to know that He is full of love for me, full of love for you, full of love for everything, who is there with you 24/7. That is the biggest flex of all time. Like, I'm just so grateful. It's an honor to be His. It's an honor to be a part of His creation. It's an honor to know His name. It's an honor to to be guided and to be loved by Him. Like, yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor to know His name. God, it's an honor to know Him. For me, it's the biggest flex, man. Like, I look up to Him way more than I do. I admire Him. Okay, no, wait. I am inspired by Him way more than I am inspired by any celebrity out there. No celebrity can do what God does and what He can do. That man is working overtime. That man, even every single day, every single second, there's a baby being born. A baby is being born. People are dying, but He's still there. He's with the people that are dying. He's with the children that are being delivered in delivery rooms, and their mothers. You know what I mean? Like, he knows what He's doing, and that for me alone gives me it allows me to put all my faith and my trust in Him, to be like, what? Like, this is the God that I serve. Are you for real? This is the God that I trust. Like, I feel like I need more trust in implemented within me, just to dish it out to Him, because like I don't know, He just deserves so much more than He is given. You know what I mean? He deserves so much, way much more love and acknowledgement and grace and praise. Honestly, He deserves it. And sometimes I even wish, like, Lord, could I just like give you a hug and a big pat on the back and be like, I'm proud of you. I am proud of Him, and I'm really proud of Him. I'm proud of Him. I am proud of Him, and I am proud of Him. That man is excellent. He's brilliant. He is a genius. He's insanely brilliant, and a big. He's a genius of geniuses, man. Like, no one does it how He does it. I don't know how He does it, but no one does it how He does it. No one does it how he does it. No one does it how he does it, man. He's the only way. He's the only light in the world, in the universe. You know, can you see the sun? You see how as bright as it is, you can't stand to look at it, because I mean the light, the brightness, it's just, it's too much, but you can feel its effect. Like you just feel its effect, its full effect, the heat. You know, it's there. It works over time. If it's not in this part of the world, it's in that part of the world. You know, if it's not growing these crops in this part of the world, it's growing crops in that part of the world, and the next day it'll come back to this world, to this part of the world. You know what I mean? To the south. And that's God. He's like air. I used to say this to myself last year. He's like air. He's like the wind. You know, you don't see the wind, but you can feel it, and you know it's always there. And that's the same with God. You don't see wind, you don't feel it, but it's there. You do not see the air. You cannot touch it, but you can experience it. And it's always forever there. Everywhere there's air. Everywhere. It's the same with God. So now I'm just glad, man. I feel so honored. I feel so honored to be his, to be called his child, and to be a part of his creation, and to witness this beauty, like his beauty and his works in life, in the world, in the universe, and in my life. Like, it's crazy. It's so cool. It's amazing. It's so cute. He's so cute. My God is so cute. He is just so cute. He's so cute. I just want to give him a kiss on the cheek. Just a big, big hug. Like, he's amazing, man. I love him. I love God so much. My Heavenly Father. You know, the creator of Jesus Christ. His father, my friend, my man. That's my man. That's my man. He's the one. Big time. He's awesome. Really awesome. And I'm glad to know his name and to experience him in everything. Not just in my life, but in everything. Every day when I wake up, I experience him. I get to experience him. He is in everything. He's everywhere. I can't even believe that everything is real. I can't even believe that I'm real sometimes. I'll just be like, really? Life is a thing? Like, am I really here? And then I'm like, yeah, I am.